Now let us begin exercise 5.2. Question number 1 is state the property that is used in each of the following statement. Here one figure is given where two lines are given, line A and line B. Two transversals are also there and some properties are given, some results are given here that if A is parallel to B, means if A is parallel to line A is parallel to line B, then angle 1 is equal to angle phi. So we need to find out which pair of angle is this, angle 1 and angle phi. So we know that angle 1 and angle phi, these are the corresponding angles, and so this is corresponding angles property. This is corresponding angle property because angle 1 and angle phi are corresponding angles, and we know that if two lines are parallel then their corresponding angles are equal. The same way second, it is given that angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6, and it is given that A is parallel to B. A is parallel to B. If angle 4 is equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. So we need to find out that which pair of this is angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate angles, and so we can write that this is alternate angle property. This is alternate angle property because angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate angles. Then it is given that if angle 4 plus angle phi is equal to 180 degree, then A is parallel to B. Now we have to find out that the pair angle 4 and angle phi is which type of pair? It is interior angle on the same side of transversal, and we know that if the interior angle on the same side of transversals are supplementary, that is, if the sum of interior angles are 180 degree, then the two lines are parallel. So this is property of interior angles on same side of transversal. Interior angle on same side of transversal. Now question number 2 is, here one figure is given, line A, line B. In the adjoining figure identify, here some figure is given, line A and line B, and C is transversal here. We need to find out pair of corresponding angles. Here it is given, angle name is given, angle 1, 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. We have to find out the pair of corresponding angles. Just now we had done pair of corresponding angle, angle 1 and angle 5. Then angle 4 and angle 8. Then angle 2 and angle 6. And angle 3 and angle 7. We had studied that when a transversal is passed through two distinct lines, it will form four pair of corresponding lines, angle 1 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 6, and angle 3 and angle 7. Now second is alternate angles and interior angle on the same side of transversal, vertically opposite angle, that you can do yourself. Let us come to question number 3. In the adjoining figure, P is parallel to Q. Now here one figure is given in which line P is parallel to line Q, and we have to find out have to find out the remaining unknown angle, that is A, B, C, D, E and F we have to find out. So we have to find out this by the properties of a transversal when it passes through parallel line, because here it is given that here that P is parallel to Q and one of the angle is equal to 125. What we have to find out is we have to find angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, angle E and angle F. This all we have to find out. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, angle E and angle F. Here this angle is given 125 degree. Now to prove it, solution is, we know that when a transversal is passed through two parallel lines, that is here angle line P and line Q are parallel to each other, and this is the transversal, their corresponding angles are equal. So we can see here that this 125 angle is corresponding to angle D. So we can say that angle D is equal to 125 degree. Why? Because they are corresponding angles. It is very necessary to write here reason that why they are equal. Angle D is equal to 125 because angle D is corresponding to this angle. These both are corresponding angles. So angle D is equal to this 125. Now once we get angle D, we can also get angle F. Angle D and angle A both are interior angles on same side of transversal. So we can say that angle D plus angle F is equal to 180 degree because they are angles on same side of transversal. Angle on same side of transversal. That's why they both are angles on same side of transversal, and P and Q, line P and Q both are parallel, so they are supplementary. So we can say that angle D is 125 degree plus angle F is equal to 180 degree. So angle F is equal to 180 degree minus 125 degree, which is equal to angle F we get 125, that is 55 degree. Now angle F we got is 55 degree. Now we can also get, if we get angle F, we can also easily get angle A. Angle A is equal to angle F because they are alternate angles. Angle A and angle F both are alternate angles, and we know that when transversal is passed through parallel line, their alternate angles are equal. So we can say that angle A is equal to angle F is 55 degree. Now we got angle F, we got angle D, we got angle A. Now let us see again here. We got angle A is equal to 55 degree. We know that angle A and angle E both are corresponding angles, and they both are, that's why, equal. So we can write here that angle E is equal to angle A because they are corresponding angles, corresponding angles, and that's why we can write here that angle E is equal to angle A is 55 degree. So angle E is equal to 55 degree. Now we got angle F, we got angle D, we got angle A, we got angle E. Now angle C. Now if we see angle C and angle F, both are again corresponding angles. So we can write that angle C is equal to angle F, and again these both are corresponding angle, and that's why angle C is again equal to angle F, that is 55 degree. Angle C is again 55 degree. Now thus remaining is angle B. Angle B. Now if we see angle B and angle D both are vertically opposite angles, and previously we had studied that the vertically opposite angles are always equal. So we can say that angle B is equal to angle D because they are vertically opposite angles. So we know that angle B is equal to angle D. Where is angle D? Angle D we got 125 degrees. So angle B is equal to 125 degree. Now we got all the angles. So we can write here that angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to angle E is equal to an angle F. Let us begin with angle A. Angle A we got 55 degree. Angle B we got 125 degree. Angle C we got 55 degree. Angle D we got 125 degree. Angle E we got 55 degree, and angle F is again 55 degree. So we got all the unknown angles, that is angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, angle E and angle F here. Angle A 55 degree, angle B 125 degree, angle C 55, angle D 125 degree, angle E 55 degree, angle F is equal to 55 degree. This we had done by the properties of transversal when it passed through two parallel lines. Now let us see question number 4. Find the value of x in each of the following figure if L is parallel to M. Here one figure is given where it is given that L is parallel to M. Here it is given that L is parallel to M, means line L is parallel to line M. Means here all the properties which we had studied in the when the transversal pass through parallel line is applicable, and it is also given one of the angles this angle is 110. Let it consider angle Y. It means that angle Y is equal to 110 degree. Now XY, let it consider angle Z. We have to find out angle X. Now if we see carefully, angle Y and angle Z both are linear pair. Here angle Z plus angle Y is equal to 180 degree because they are linear pair. Angle Z and angle Y, both angle Y and angle Z both are linear pair. Now angle Z is equal to plus angle Y, we have considered it 110 degree is equal to 180 degree. So angle Z is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree, and we got here angle Z is equal to 70 degree. Now here we got angle Z is equal to 70 degree. Now if we see angle Z can say that angle X is equal to angle Z because they are corresponding angles. They are corresponding angles, and so we can say that angle X is equal to angle Z. We got 70 degree, and here we got the answer. Here angle X is equal to 70 degree because it is corresponding angles to angle Z, and L is parallel to M. We had already stated here that L is parallel to M, and when two lines are parallel, their corresponding angles are always equal. In the same way, you can do question number 2. We will move toward question number 5. That is, in the given figure, the arm of two angles are parallel. Arm of two angles are parallel. It means that AB is parallel to DG. Here if you will see, AB is parallel to DG and BC is parallel to EF. It is given arm of two angles are parallel. So we can say AB is parallel to DE and BC is parallel to EF. It is also given that angle ABC, is equal to 70 degree. Angle ABC is equal to 70 degree. Now we have to find out two angles. That is first angle DGC and second one is angle DEF. Now solution. Here it is given that the two arms are parallel to each other, that is AB is parallel to DE and BC is parallel to EF. Now, if we see properly, AB is parallel to DE. Here BC is the transversal. BC is transversal because it intersects this AB also and DE also, and we know that when the transversal intersect the two parallel lines, their corresponding angles are equal. So it is angle DGC and angle ABC. Angle DGC is equal to angle ABC because they are corresponding angles. These both are corresponding angles, and that's why angle DGC is equal to 70 degree. Now this also we got 70 degree. Here AB was parallel to DE and BC is transversal. In the same way, if we see BC is parallel to EF, BC is parallel to EF and DE is here transversal. It means that again the corresponding angles are equal. It means angle DEF is equal to angle DGC because again they are corresponding angles because they are corresponding angles. This angle DGC, this and angle DEF, these again are corresponding angles, and that's why they both are equal as BC is parallel to EF. So you can write that angle DEF is also equal to 70 degree. As angle DGC we had found out it is 70 degree. So again, by the property of a transversal passing through two parallel lines, we know that the corresponding angles are equal, and by that property we had find out both the angle DGC is equal to 70 degree and angle DEF is equal to 70 degree. Question number 6 is, in the given following figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M. Here figure is given, we have to see whether L is parallel to M. Here two angles are also given. Now if we see these two angles are interior angles on the same side of transversal, 126 degree and 44 degree, both these are interior angle on the same side of transversal, and we have to check whether L is parallel to M. If L is parallel to M, it means that interior angle of the same side of transversal, these two angles, the sum of these two angles should be 180 degree. Let us check. 126 degree plus 44 degree is equal to 0, 5 plus 2, 7. It is 170 degree. 126 degree plus 144 degree is 170 degree. It means they are not supplementary. If they are not supplementary, it means line L is not parallel to line M. As it is not, these both are not supplementary, we can say that this property is not here, and so these both are not parallel. Now let us see question number 3. Here again given that this angle is 57 degree, this is 127 degree. If this is 57 degree, these both are vertically opposite angle, and that's why this is also 57 degree. Now again we have to check whether these both angles, that is the interior angle on the same side of transversal, are supplementary or not. Plus 57 degree, then this will be 180 degree. It means they are supplementary. This angle and this both angles are supplementary to each other, and we know that the interior angle on the same side of transversal are supplementary. They form a parallel line. So we can say that L is parallel to this. Here L is parallel to M. Here we end our exercise 5.2 and the chapter also. Your homework is you have to write what have we discussed in your notebook and the remaining sum of exercise 5.2 in your notebook. Thank you.